Let's look at some of the common issues in putting and how DynAlign can help resolve these issues. First, we'll start in the wrist. We've got the delofting of the putter with lead wrist flexion. That happens when people use a forward press to get their putt started, and that can cause launch angle issues. Then we've got excessive extension in the lead wrist, which causes launch angle issues, adding a lot of loft to the putter. You can have some extension in that lead wrist, but it's very easy to go overboard and add too much loft to the putter. Then we've got radial and ulnar deviation. This is the cocking and uncocking, which can affect the off-center hits and give you distance control problems. Then we've got, big one is the rotation of the radius and ulna bones in the forearms, which directly affects face angle. And it's very easy for this to cause a putt to be misdirected. You know, just a 1 degree variation in this from address to impact is significant and can cause a lot of missed putts. And also that leads to the rotation and the, quote, release that players talk about. They need to properly release the putter and have the face that's opening and closing during the stroke, and that is opening and closing in relation to the path, and so they have to time that properly. With DynAlign, the face angle remains constant to the path throughout, so there's no release necessary in DynAlign. Then you have looping in the backswing. You can either take it outside, cut across it, or take it inside and go outside, and this can cause variation in your launch direction. Now you can cut across this putt extremely and still make a putt, but the timing is very critical there. So with DynAlign, we get a constant, stable path so that it eliminates a lot of the variation there. And in the wrist angles, we're stabilizing all these wrist angles from the flexion extension so that there's very minimal wrist motion during this putt. Then we have elbow motion. Your elbows can straighten, which causes the arms to lengthen, and that can cause off-center hits, affecting your distance control. Then you can have independent motion in the shoulders that can rotate, and even if everything else stays stable, then can be rotation easily in the shoulders and cause misdirection. And then we have torso motion, which a lot of players can have, where their whole body is moving during the forward stroke. They want to look up and see where the putt is going, and so you get a lot of motion there. On longer putts, you can have hip motion interfering with the stroke because you have to put a lot of force into this, so your hips can be moving there, and that can cause the face angle to change. And then you can also have just independent head motion lifting up and causing the path to change or your face angle to change. And so with DynAlign, we're synchronizing all of these motions. We're stabilizing the motion by connecting all of the joints and removing slack from those joints so that we can get a stable path and a stable arc stroke, so that we're just eliminating a lot of these variables and making it more consistent, your stroke more consistent. And this way you can focus, instead of focusing on how far you're taking the putter head back for a certain distance, or whether you're maintaining an arc, a lot of things that people use. You can really just focus on your alignment, getting that face aligned on your target line. And then the really important one is distance control. So we can focus on those two things: alignment, get that alignment set, and then just focus on the distance control. So it really simplifies your putting sequence and takes out a lot of the areas that can cause misalignment. So if you'd like to learn more about dynamic pre-shot alignment, visit DynAlignGolf.com.